One of your examples is Margaret Thatcher, who is considered charismatic, even though she was not a particularly warm person, perhaps sort of the opposite of warm. But how did she manage to sort of fall into that charismatic quadrant? You might explain your little charisma warmth framework.
Sure. Yes. So what's really important is highly charismatic people are in control of their cues. They know, like Margaret Thatcher knew she did not have a lot of warmth. She knew this about herself. And so she had to purposefully dial up her warmth. You also have very highly warm people who know they're highly warm and have to purposefully dial up their competence. This is actually a mark of charismatic people. I think that we have this mistaken belief that charismatic people are these cool as cucumbers, everything's natural, they don't work at anything. And that could not be further from the truth. Actually, highly charismatic people cultivate their cues. They know exactly how they have to dial up and where they have to dial up. So Margaret Thatcher, what's fascinating is they found surviving speeches of hers. And after she was already in office, so she had already won elections, she was already quite successful and powerful, she still, even after being elected, in her speech, had notes to herself on her own vocal charisma. Pause, take a deep breath, use passion. And one of her tricks was what she would do is when she wanted to sound competent and imposing, she would drink ice water. And in the same broadcast, if she wanted to sound warm and nurturing, she would drink hot honey water. And that was the way that she literally changed the sound of her voice. Now, I'm not doing that now in my podcast. I don't recommend that you necessarily drink ice water and hot water during your meetings, but I do think this shows us something, which is this is something that we can cultivate and work on, that if we are really honest with ourselves and how we're coming across, we can leverage our natural strengths. Margaret Thatcher had many natural charisma strengths, but she had to dial up and work on some of them to make sure they were hitting correctly.
Roger here. I hope you enjoyed this Brainfluence Brief. Please give it a like and be sure to subscribe to check my channel for full podcast videos and rogerdooley.com/podcast for audio, formatted text, plus links and other resources. Thanks for tuning in.